The Theta-Orion Education Nexus floated like a silver blossom in low orbit over the turquoise moon of Velaris. Its crystalline petals, each one a learning hub for a different species, glimmered against the stars. To Sarah Collins, a junior xenolinguist from Earth, the place looked less like a school and more like a miracle made of light. She arrived every morning with a small translator slate tucked under her arm, and every morning she reminded herself, just observe, don't interfere. Blend in, but blending in was difficult when the class you were studying comprised 20 hyper-curious alien children who treated you like the galaxy's strangest museum exhibit. Jack Renner, her assigned security liaison, found it hilarious. You know, he told her on her second day, most humans dream of being famous across the sector. I dream of not being poked by tentacles before noon, Sarah replied dryly. He only grinned, hands resting casually on the stun baton holstered at his hip. Unlike Sarah, Jack was used to chaos. They made an odd pair, Sarah with her calm academic aura, Jack with his ex-military confidence. But in a galaxy where human presence was still a novelty, they balanced each other. And on the day everything changed. They were exactly where they needed to be, the field trip that should have been safe. The class of young Valarian students, slimmed, delicate, with eyes like polished moons, was scheduled for a simple observation visit to Habitat Dome 7. Inside the dome lived small, harmless fauna used for interspecies learning. Harmless. Usually. Sarah stood beside the children as they gathered around a hologram pedestal. She was noting how their dialect shifted depending on excitement levels when the floor rumbled. Beneath her boots, the dome lights flickered. Jack straightened immediately. That wasn't standard. Stay close to the group. Before Sarah could respond, an emergency siren shrieked shrill and panicked in every language. Breach detected. Creature containment failure. A section of the dome wall buckled. Out of the smoke crawled something massive, an apex lurker. A nocturnal predator Sarah had only seen in recordings. It wasn't supposed to be in this dome. It wasn't supposed to be anywhere near children. Its spined back scraped the ceiling as it rose to full height. 6 glowing eyes locked onto the tiny students, frozen in terror. Sarah's heart hammered. Jack's baton crackled to life. I'll distract it, he said. You get the kids behind the reinforcement barrier. But there was no time. The creature lunged. Instinct over logic without thinking. Sarah jumped forward. Not heroic. Not strategic. Just pure instinct. Her translator slate flashed warnings, but she ignored them as she shouted in raw Valarian, Stop! They are not prey. Every head whipped toward her, including the apex lurkers. It slowed. Hesitated. Jack blinked. Sarah, what did you just say? I fit the syntax from the empathy call pattern we studied yesterday. It might work. The lurker prowled closer, curious rather than violent now. Sarah swallowed hard and raised her hands, through trembling breath. She spoke again, this time using a low harmonic pitch. She'd learned only hours earlier. These younglings are under protection. I claim sanctuary rights. The creature froze. Then, impossibly, it lowered its heads one after another until all 6 eyes aligned with her. Jack stared. The children trembled, and Sarah realized she wasn't breathing until Jack whispered, Holy hell. You tamed it? The apex lurker stepped back, curling its limbs beneath its body in a display of submission. Sarah didn't feel brave. She felt like collapsing. But the moment she guided the children out, the dome's automated defense shield finally descended. Trapping the creature safely behind, rescue teams arrived minutes later, but the damage to the old rules, to the sector's expectations of humans, was already done. The Galaxy Reacts news traveled faster than starships, human linguist calms. Apex lurker with words alone, interspecies council praises. Human courage. Children call her the quiet hero of Velaris. Sarah wanted to hide. She wanted to go back to studying dialect patterns and conjugation roots. But every time she turned around, another reporter appeared. Another alien ambassador wanted to meet her. Jack, on the other hand, enjoyed the chaos. You know, he teased as they walked through the Nexus halls. Most people work their whole lives to become legends. You just talk to one giant monster and bam, Instant fame. I didn't mean to become famous. That's what makes it better. She glared at him, though a reluctant smile tugged at her lips. The Nexus administration awarded her the Stellar Merit Crest, the youngest human ever to receive it. Parents of the Valarian students sent her gifts, tiny crafted sculptures, glowing memory crystals, and a small metal charm shaped like an apex lurker, but nothing moved her as much as the moment she walked back into class. 20 children sprinted toward her, some crawling, some fluttering, some leaping, each shouting her name in their varied voices. Sarah! Sarah, you saved us! One of the smallest, little Talir, tugged her sleeve with trembling limbs. Teacher Sarah, he said softly, how did you make the monster listen? She knelt. Because we understand each other. And when you understand someone, even a monster, you speak in a way that reaches their heart. Jack leaned against the doorway, watching her. Arms crossed, but expression softening. He'd always respected Sarah, but now he saw the deeper truth about humans. Something the galaxy was only beginning to understand. Humans weren't just adaptable. They were extraordinary, becoming a symbol. Weeks passed, and the story spread to distant systems. The Apex event was studied, replicated, analyzed, but no one could reproduce the exact outcome. Some said it was linguistic brilliance, some said instinct, some insisted the creature sensed Sarah's empathy, something rare among apex predators, but the students knew the real reason. She cared, and caring, in a galaxy of cold logic and ancient war scars, was a power more shocking than any weapon. The Interspecies Council invited Sarah to speak. She declined once, then again, until Jack nudged her. You don't need to give a big political speech, he said. Just tell the truth. Tell them what you told Talir. So she did. Her short address, less than 2 minutes, became the most replayed human message in the sector. Understanding is strength. Compassion is strategy. And no species is too dangerous to listen. The hall erupted in standing ovation. And in that moment, Sarah finally accepted what she had become, not a warrior, not a diplomat. A bridge, epilogue, a quiet hero. A lasting legacy. Records would later mark the incident as the beginning of the understanding era, a shift in how dangerous species were treated across the sector. But Sarah didn't care about that. She still took notes, still studied languages, still walked beside Jack, teasing him when he exaggerated the story for new recruits. To her, fame was just noise. The real victory was simpler. 20 alien children laughing in the classroom, alive because she had spoken 3 brave sentences in a language she barely knew. Jack often told her, you know, Sarah, you didn't just save them. She would roll her eyes. Don't start? But he would finish anyway. You changed the whole damn galaxy. And though she'd never admit it, she knew he was right. Sometimes heroes weren't the ones who fought monsters. Sometimes heroes were the ones who talked to them.